All right. Well, I'm just kind of getting everything set up right now. I know nobody's on, but just in case this gets saved for later. Um, and I haven't ever done a live before, so we will see real quick. So just bear with me while I get everything ready. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll save this for sure. I'll save this later. Um, and I just have my computer in front of me, so I'm gonna try to um, stream this on my desktop too, so that I can watch it from here. Let me see. There we go. All right. Okay, cool. So let's get this guy set up. That way we can watch it. All right. Well, I can see the chat now. I can see all this stuff. All right. So first things first, let me get some gloves on and get this going. All right, so we got all of our things here. We got our dial. All right, so I'm going with like this older sort of, it's like an airplane style. Aviator style, I guess that's what it's called. Oh, hey, what's up? I am building a watch, or assembling one. So I'm unpacking all of this stuff right now. So this is the face, or the dial, I guess that's what it's called. I got that guy going. So the trick here is to unpack everything. Unpack everything and not get any dust on it, because then once you put the watch together, it does that. But check that out. That's the little. See if it'll focus on there. Maybe not. All right. So there's the dial. I'll put that right here. And then we got the little hands. So you can see those right in there. These are super hard to work with because they're so thin. So we're gonna put these right there. All right, put that off to the side. We'll put those in a little bit. Then we have the watch. We have the watch face, or the body, I guess I should say. So I'm not making it from scratch. What I'm doing is I'm buying all of the little parts to put it together. You can order them online from a bunch of different shops to like, you know, that's all they do is sell watch parts. And so like this piece right here, I wanted this matte finish to it. And you can see that white part. It's missing the this bezel part. So we'll probably put this on towards the end. That should be a ceramic part right here. Yeah, so you can see that's where the numbers are. So this part gets stuck right on there, kind of like that. It'll go there. So we'll put that on towards the end. We'll leave this over here. All right, so the tricky part now is trying to, well, the hardest part is getting these little hands on, especially the second hand. And we have to time it to this watch or to this movement right here. So this is the part I wish I could assemble. I'm gonna get some tweezers right here. Put that right there. Oh, this is magnetic. That's not good. Yeah, you don't want to use any magnetic parts or magnetic tools. So those tweezers aren't going to work. Hopefully this is, yeah, this isn't magnetic. All right, so we'll use these tweezers instead. All right, so what we have here is the movement. So this movement is what basically is the part that tells time, right? And this is what they have, what's called, it doesn't say, but you could tell by this dial that the crown is down here at the 3.8 o'clock position versus like at the 3 o'clock, you know? So normally dials go there, but the way this is, this part's here, but the date still lines up with the window on the right. So what we're gonna do first is we are going to get a holder for this movement, which I 3D printed over here. I'm gonna drop this guy in like so, like that. And then there are these little holes. You can see these little tabs here on the back side. These little holes line up to holes that are already on this part. So there's one there and then there's one there. So we need to make sure that this guy lines up. So we're looking at this one. That guy lines up. And then all we do is we grab the tweezers and we just pull this out. Let me make sure I get something a little stronger. With all this stuff, you have to be like super gentle. There we go. That guy's out. Make sure that's flush. That's not super flush, but oh well. So that guy goes there, and then here we could tell we're gonna keep that one. We're gonna get rid of that top one over there. So we're going to get rid of this guy right here. Like that. All right. Got that out of the way. This guy goes here. That guy goes there. Just press this little face on. Like that. And then as you can see now, this is down here and our dates match up. Let's see, and then this we can pull out. So now what we have to do, we have to make sure that we know that all of these little, you know, when we press in the second, minute, and hour arm, that they all line up. So we have to make sure that we know where the when everything lines up to 12 o'clock, right? And so the way we do that is we turn this until the date barely turns, and as soon as it clicks over, we know that that's the 12 o'clock position. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to wind this until it goes to 12. So I might take a little bit. I'm just going to do it slow. Oh, there we go. Just going to go. Boom. Okay, so right there, everything is set up for 12 o'clock. So now this is another 3D printed tool that I got here. So what we're going to use is these to press down, to press the hour hand down in there. So I'm going to use one that has a little hole that lines up with that. Should we try this one? Oh, it's too shallow. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for joining the live. I appreciate it. All right, we're gonna try that one. So this part is what is the absolute hardest, is trying to get these guys to line up here. Okay, that guy's there. So now let's see if we can pop this guy down. Oops. The hard part here is if I screw up, like I just did. So it's not super lined up on 12 o'clock. So I'm supposed to put a piece of paper under here, but I'm not going to do that. We got that popped up, so we're gonna move that back over. This is what's a little tedious, to get everything to line up. There we go. Let's try that. Okay, that guy's there. So far, so good. Let's get the next one. Oh, you know what? I screwed up. Oh man, I put this on backwards. Well, I mean, we can't be perfect on the first time we're doing this, right? Okay. What do you guys think so far? Is this interesting? Not so interesting? There we go. That looks better. Yeah, that looks way better. All right, let's see. All right, we'll try this guy again. Oh, shoot. That is not easy. Man, it's a little nerve-wracking because I don't know how hard to press down. Like, I don't want to over press it. All right, so there's that. I guess you can kind of see, I don't know if you can catch that. There's a little gap on the bottom. So I'm gonna try to press it just a little harder. Hopefully I don't break anything. Let's try it with the... So you can see here, these have a different size opening, and what I'm trying to do is just grab the outer part of the hour arm and press it down. So hopefully... All right. Oh, there we go. Pressed it down just a little more. All right, I think I found the right size. I'll just keep pressing down. All right, there we go. It's moving up a little bit, so let's try to press it down the other way. All right, well, let's... How do I know? How do I know if it's worked or not? I don't know. Okay, I think that's good. We're gonna leave it there. All right, let's see here. So now I'm gonna add this guy. Let's see both sides. So you can see here, this is the back side. You can see how all that's white, and then you got the little black border around there. So we're gonna line this guy up. Oops. Oh, shoot. That is not easy. So as you can imagine, it gets harder as you go down, right? So the minute hand is a little bit harder, and or this, yeah, the minute hand, and then the second hand I think is the hardest. Shoot. Okay. And it's really hard. I grab it from the very tip. It also doesn't help that my eyesight isn't all that good. For those of you guys, if anybody just joined in, I'm not really watching the screen, but thank you for coming and watching me build my first watch. Oh man, this is frustrating. I was hoping to get this done in an hour, and who knows if that's even going to happen. All right, I feel like should have been playing some music. Maybe next time I'll play some of that royalty-free streaming music that they have out there. No. There we go. Put that right down the middle. All right, we're getting there. Let's go a little bigger. Let's try this guy. All right, that looks good. You can see there's spacing there in between them. Wow, that is not easy. And next up is the second hand. So I can only imagine. Whew, man. All right, let's try to do this one. This one's gonna be hard. Anybody got steady hands? I feel like I'm getting somewhat blind, and okay, I felt that. Oh no, I felt that line up. Oh shoot. Oh, oh man. All right, let's try this. Because this one, all right, there's a little hole. Oh man, I wish this would focus. Anyways, there's a tiny hole in there, and you can see this little like nub coming down. That looks like it goes into a little hole here, and I can kind of set it with my finger, but then I have to hold it in place. I have to hold it in place with something, otherwise it falls out. So now I see why this is so hard. So I'm gonna try to hold it from the end like that. There we go. Press it there, and then let me get a flat one of these. Let's try this one. It's literally like trying to line up. If anyone's ever sewn or trying to line up a needle and a thread, and like it's like it kind of feels like that. And you also have to be super delicate because you don't want to like scratch the paint off of this thing or scratch the watch face. Oops. Come on. Oops. Well, I kind of bent it a little bit. It's not what I wanted, but let's try this guy. Not good. All right. I accidentally bent it a little bit. You guys can see that. Kind of got bent out of shape a little bit. All right, guys, if you guys are watching and are enjoying it so far, drop me a little comment. Let me know if you want to see anything or have me answer any questions. Just let me know what's on your mind. Or if you guys want to chat about something, just have a conversation while I'm figuring this out. That'd be great. All right. Whew, let's try this again. I almost feel like it's gotta line up with something like that. So flat. I guess it's gonna be this one. All right, let's try that again with this thing right here. Let's go. Oh man. This is hard. Come on, buddy. Just line up for me right there. Well, it doesn't want to sit in there. Why not? I feel like I'm gonna have to get down super low to see this guy line up. All right. Keep bending it. That's not cool.
That's not cool.
Wow. Anybody share my frustration with this? This is pretty wild. Look how tiny this thing is. It's almost like invisible. So, just trying to get it to line up and press in to this hole right here. There is a hole there. All right. It's kind of throwing off my second hand. All right, let's try this again. Let's try it one more time. Oh, man. What's everybody listening to music right now? I kind of feel like I should be playing some music. It would at least be relaxing, yeah? You know what? If I don't get this on this shot, I am going to load up some music. Oh, no. Well, look what I did there. You guys, I don't know if you could see that. Just totally bent the second hand. Let's try to straighten this out. I don't know how many of these I have in the second hand to straighten out before it'll actually break. And then we'll just have to... Okay, so here's what'll happen. Worst case... Yep, that's what I thought would happen. Worst case scenario, if this thing breaks, then I don't run a second hand, which would be a bummer, but you could see the little piece that broke off. That's how delicate these things are. You can see that little piece right there. The little back end of the second hand broke off. Which I think I can still make that work. What do you guys think? Still looks okay? Bend that back. You know, not having that little back end. I think I'm going to try to make that work. But first, see if I can find some royalty-free streaming music. Here we go. What do you guys think? Drop a comment if you guys are just as frustrated as I am, because I'm pretty frustrated with that. And we're not that far in yet. Oh, great. All right, I'm just entering. It's telling me to log in my Spotify right now. Come on. Okay. What do you guys think? Should I put a second hand on there? Put this little orange one back on there, or try to fight it on there, or just skip it completely? I'm just blowing the dust off that's collected there. Well, that's not working. Come on. Nothing? You guys got nothing for me right now? I'm not gonna need this guy. Let's get that guy out of the way. Save that guy. We're gonna need it. Get this stuff out of the way, and let's do. All right, here we go. Let's try royalty-free lo-fi. Let's try this guy. Let's try royalty-free lo-fi. Let's try this guy. Let's try royalty-free. Oh, that's not gonna work. I just had me on echo. All right, we'll get rid of that. All right, let's try. Oh, it's a little loud. Alrighty. So let's try to put this guy back on. Did I get it? No way. All right, I get it after I break it, right? Man, what are the odds? Yep, it's in there. Let's bend it down a little bit because it got bent up. All right, let's bend this down a little bit. See, now the problem is if you look at how this thing is angled up, I need it to angle down a little bit so that it doesn't run into the glass on the crown. Which I gotta take this off. We don't need that. It's that awesome sapphire glass. So I think there might be enough depth in here. Oopsies. All right, so we got that out. So then I think between here and here, we could see that there's enough depth on this thing. I'm gonna unscrew the crown. Yeah, it's a watch, but yeah, basically a clock. We're putting it together right now. It's my first one. Thanks for jumping on, Alicia. So now let's see, that guy's good. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop this guy out and let's test this. Ooh, it's working. Nothing's binding so far. No. Oh no, that's good. So we got 12 hours. So now when these line up again, that should go to 13 if we did everything right. Oh, that was early. Whoops. Okay, we'll run with it right now. I don't want to take these off. And then the second handle move, once we drive this all the way in, we got to wind the clock a little bit. There we go. It's moving. Oh my gosh, I am stoked. All right, so now we're going to pop that out. That'll stop the second hand. And oh yeah, you can see this. This is what winds the clock or the watch. You can see there's a little gear there too. So this thing moves. There's a gear under there. Oh man, let me see if we can get that to focus. Are you serious? Anyways, here, you can see it there. So right in here, there's a gear under this wheel, and then that's a little gear. So you can kind of see it right there when that spins. This little gear is spinning. Watch that. See that, how that moves a little bit? So as you move your wrist back and forth, this thing's winding the watch. Now, there's a little lever. I got to pull this out. this adjusting thing. So there's a little lever here somewhere where we pull it and the thing pops out. Let me see if I guess one of these right. Which lever is it? So it's not that. You gotta be careful poking around in here. All right, this I might have to jump on the Googles to see where this lever is. Oops. Okay, let me let's Google that and find out how do we remove apart from there. All right, so this is a Seiko NH35 movement. We need to see how to remove the lever here. All the way in, locate the small stem release lever, a little dimple. All right, so let's see. So this has to go all the way in. Dimple is this? What dimple are they talking about? Push on A, so there it is. Okay, and that thing comes out. Okay, now we got our little movement working. We're almost there. So this is this way. So let's turn around. This is for the 12 o'clock position to go up like that. And that means that this little hole has to match up with that one. So that's where we're gonna line this up first. All right, so we're gonna gotta gently push this down in. I think that's it. Oops. Is that it? That as far down as it goes? Oh, sweet. There we go. Look at that. That is beautiful. Okay. So now what do? We have to cut the crown. So this little part right here screws onto this, right? So it screws on just like a normal screw. So I'm gonna do that right now. It's on there. So then we have to cut it. So the first thing we do is we slide this in. Or maybe this thing does have to go in a little deeper. Okay, let's try it. Because right now it's got to go in through this top hole right there. So we got to go all the way through and in. So this thing's not, basically not lined up good enough. So let's try to press it in. It's still at an angle. See that? How it's crooked? It's not really straight. It's up a little bit, which means this whole movement has to go down. You have to slowly press this in. Which I actually don't know if we can. How much room is in there? Oh yeah, there's plenty of room. Let's press it down. There we go. It's just a really snug fit. Yeah, we got a little more on this side. What time is it? All right, we're almost there. I should probably put this under it so we don't scratch it. I get a microfiber cloth. All right. All right, let's try it this time. I don't think it's lined up quite right. It's still a little high. Which I don't know if you guys can see that, but right here on the edge, you can kind of see where the whole thing sits in. And let me see if I got a tool to help me punch that down. Let's try. I got a whole little kit here that I bought. This looks like it has like a little punch. So let's see if this thing will help us press it down. I mean, it seems to me like it's already in as far as it's gonna go, but for some reason it. Oh, actually, you know what? It is not all the way in, because so this is the back of the watch, right? Shoot. It's got these threads on here. And these threads go around there like this. So this thing has to get actually pressed deep enough to be able to get on the threads, because right now the threads aren't even exposed. I don't know if you guys can see that. I wonder if I could actually use this to press them in. So let's get the little thing. Okay. Let's see if we can use this back cover to actually press it in. Oh man, that is not cool. All right, well, let's see here. Let's just keep pressing it down. And it won't go down. The only other thing I can think of is like, are we not supposed to have this sort of gray plastic around it? But I don't think I'm supposed to take that out. Yeah, I don't know if it comes off or not. I don't think so. That is interesting. Huh. Well, should we try to pull it out? I guess. Gotta figure out how now that I got it stuck in there. You know what'll really be a bummer is if I was supposed to take off this gray thing, this gray plastic first before putting on the second hands and all that stuff. That would be sad if I have to take it all apart like that. All right, so let's get it going. See if I can pull this out. There we go. See, is this supposed to come out? I wouldn't suppose any of you know if this is supposed to come off or not. Does anybody have an idea? See, so you can see here are the threads on the sides. This thing's supposed to go on here like that. And thread down. Like that. So what we have to do is press this down far enough. Oh shoot. Just put my second hand up. So you got part of it in. This guy does not want to go down. Oh boy. What I get the feeling that something is screwed up here. Oops. I don't think it should be this hard to press down, so I'm gonna stop muscling it in. Okay, you know what I have? I have another movement because I have to put together 3 of these. So let me grab another one and see what that looks like. Okay, we're gonna take a look at this one. No, I don't think it comes off. All right, well, that's good news. I think it's supposed to stay on there. Okay, well, I'll try to keep pushing it in. Yeah, so I have an extra one right here. Now this is what, this is an actual white at 3. So that means that the crown is at 3 o'clock. This one's at 3.8, like right down there. Actually, I'm gonna get this guy in here. Just making sure the glass is clean. Get this guy to line up. Maybe this will work this way. All right, who's my one person watching right now? Say hi. Don't be shy. Oh, they're gone. I scared them away. I'm all alone. Oh, we got someone back. Who is on right now? Say hi. Hello. Okay, maybe I don't need this. This thing's being a pain. All right, I'm gonna take a deep breath. Let's try this again. Okay, cool. That's all lined up. All the hashes are. Not too much. Okay, little by little. Press this in. Oh no. So it's like you press on one side and the other side pops up. Just trying to get this thing to go in just a little bit. Also try not to scratch this to oblivion. So I feel like I need some plastic tools to press down on this guy. Yeah, that thing's not moving. Come on. I feel like I was in a better spot before I pulled this thing out again. Now I don't know. As long as there's like enough thread exposed so I can start threading this thing on, then we can use this guy to actually press in the rest of the movement, you know? So as long as the threads all catch at the same time, try that. It's cross-threaded, not good. Definitely don't want to cross-thread this. Look like those top threads are the ones that are kind of holding out. All right, let's try this. I need to press like right, I need to press it right in here, but there's a gear that I don't want to smash. And it's hard to get this guy in. A little ant there. It's on my finger. Sorry, buddy. Man, this thing is just kind of posing its own set of problems right now, but it's all good. It's all good. Okay. It's definitely not budging, but I'm trying to push it down. All right, we're gonna try this again. Whew, I'm working up a sweat. I don't know why it's so hard. Let me see if I'm gonna jump on the internet real quick and see what this says. Pressing the NH35 into case. Perfect. All right, so it says preparation, cleanliness. Okay, we got that alignment. Seating, dial feet space. If the case has a lip, movement under it, use a white spacer ring. Don't need that. So it says gently but firmly press the movement or the retainer ring down evenly at 2 points simultaneously, often using a press tool or by hand on a cushion until it seats with a slight click. So I thought that's so. I think that's what we did, but I feel like, I feel like, okay. I think maybe what didn't happen is it's not seated evenly, and that's why. Because it looks like it's seated down, like down in here, like I could see plenty of threads, and it's seated just fine. But over here, it's raised, so that means that it's kind of lifted. So I got to figure out a way to pop this guy back out. And I got to be careful not to scratch it. Um, I got to pop it back out. And then, um, oops, did I get it? Yep, I got it. I got to pop it out and then make sure I press it in evenly. So it says to pick 2 points and press down evenly. All right, so let's try these two right here. Just, I got to be very gentle. Let me check, make sure everything's aligned. I would hate for this thing to not be aligned, right? Oh, great. Well, oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't know if anybody's been watching me this whole time, but uh, it was so hard to get all of these hands put on. And right now, the dial got stuck, right? And I think that's what was holding us back to begin with. And now it completely separated from the, oops. So there go my watch hands. This guy, I believe, is the problem. It is too big for this case. Or is it? Will it spin freely in there? Yeah, it'll spin freely. So that's what's the problem. This thing barely fits in there. And yeah. Great. Okay, so completely back to square one. I don't even know. All right. But that was a little frustrating. So, but we're not gonna quit. We're gonna put this guy back together. All right. At least we got through it this far. Let's do it again. Let's get this guy out of the way. Where's our little movement holder right here? Okay. All right, we got this back on. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. So this kind of goes like that. Let's make sure we don't break off these little feet. All right, there we go. This is back on. Okay. Whew, all right. So now we got to set this thing back up. Oops. Something's wrong here. I don't know why this won't seat. Oh my gosh. Wow, this is insane. All right, I feel like I need a break. This thing is really testing my patience because now I can't even. So this is the little adjustment crown. You know, they give you a temporary one before you put the like the real one back in there. And I managed to get it out, but now I can't get it back in. And it's just kind of being a little of a pain. There you go. Oh, sweet. Nope. This crown isn't popping back out. What is going on here? All right. Well, you know, I appreciate everybody who came on, but we're pushing an hour and 10 minutes right now. And I'm getting super frustrated by this whole process. And I feel like I need to take a little break before I throw this thing out the window. Yeah. All right. Well, I will end the stream now because this is kind of driving me crazy. And if you stuck around this long, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Even if you're watching this later, appreciate you taking a look. If you have any advice, just like drop a comment or something. Send me a message. I'm really curious to see. Well, I don't know if I broke this movement or not. My big thing is I'm trying to get this. It's still going, so I'm trying to get this back in, right? And then once it's in, you can pull this out to do all the adjustments on the movement. And I don't know if I'm just not putting it in far enough, or um, if I actually broke something, because it seems like it goes in, but nothing happens. So um, let's see here. I'm gonna try one more time. If I can get this thing back in and working, then we'll just keep going for a little bit longer. See, when I pull it, it doesn't go anywhere. So it should just click right out. So that's not happening. So there's something wrong there. And I do not like the fact that it's not working. Oh man. Oh, did that go a little deeper now? Let's try it. Let's take a look at one of these other ones just to see how much further in it is, just to have a reference. Oh, okay, so that's in way deeper. You guys can see that, right? Okay, so I gotta just, all right, let's see what's going on here. So that's gotta go in way deeper. It's gotta go like all the way in there. Come on. Okay. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to end the stream right now because I am about to lose my stuff, and I just need to take a break from this. But I'm glad I started with this one because this is a watch for me personally, and the rest are going to be gifts. And so I'm glad I'm messing up on mine and not the ones for the gifts. Okay, so that actually works, right? So what in the world? Okay, so that's how that's working. All right. Okay. All right. I think I bent something. Of course I did. Of course. Man, this isn't cool. Oh well. I mean, this is my first one, but okay. I I already said I'm gonna end this. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you came this far, I'm gonna try to do another live later and get to the bottom of this. So, thank you all. Have a good night.